Hi people, welcome to Blue UK Jazzy in the Blue Lab. It's the 2nd of April, and what happens is, this is the day after Earth and Rain's event. I used that event to open my chakras. I went there, I danced as an individual. My neighbours are arguing next door. Crazy shit going on, relationships. But anyway, cut a long story short, I, as an individual, went and danced, opened my chakras so I can continue the work that I'm doing. A lot of the work has to be to reclaim my own dignity internationally as an individual. I worked with a number of individuals. I worked with a leading DJ called Colin Curtis. I worked with his promoter Jan Crow, Martin Johnson, the photographer that they hired. And individuals breached my rights, and then what happened was they wanted me to accept what they had done to me, breaching my rights, and then try to get rid of me as an individual, and it was unacceptable. So I identified to them individuals, it was unacceptable what you've done, and as an individual I'm going to take legal action against you. That led to threats from the DJ. He told me he's going to break my legs and my family's legs, and I was having an asthma attack at the time in the toilets in the city of Manchester, and I was disallowed to leave the toilets for 20 minutes. Very death-defying time. I don't know how I lasted. Cut a long story short, I left out of there. I had to go to another venue. I left my actual inhaler. That took 20 minutes. From there, my health plummeted because what happened with people, that was 2013. In 2012, I was in a house fire. I nearly died of carbon monoxide poisoning, which exasperated asthma, which I didn't know I had. Do you know what I'm saying? So I seriously was in trouble. Prior to that, I had 2 years of blood poisoning and not even recovered, and then had seal poisoning. So you can imagine what my body was doing to me as an individual. As an individual, boom, my work for the deadlines for my project Rebirth for the Call was stopped. I expected to finish in 2009. I expected to finish a degree, have my whole family there, my dad be with me, my brother, my family, to be graduated as a qualified arts manager, administrator and business manager. And that was would have been a great occasion, because what happened was I was the only one in my family who ever followed the arts as a job. Basically that came from my father. My father was very much a very creative person, and creative till he died. You know, he went back to college himself and did creative textiles. He did interior decorating. Do you know what I'm saying? He got qualifications for it. My mum was a designer. My mum designed a hell of a lot, you know, hell of a lot. She designed jumpers. She could knit jumpers without no pattern as an individual. She sold clothes. Do you know what I mean? She was a dressmaker. She was a cake maker, haberdashery. My mum crocheted. Basically, so I learned art and design in my mum's home. So I was the first person to ever follow it, because I believed that we'd come from a family, from a family of artists. And I told people I believe we came from griots. My father was a griot, and my mum was a griotess, storytellers, historians. I followed music, and I expected 2009, as I said, to finish my degree, and then my family would have came, and then I would have been able to set up my business, working with my family, being part of employing my own family, my mother and father, part of what I did. But what happened, the latter stages of my degree, 2 modules, I went into exams for. What happened, I had a virus, and that virus was actually blood poisoning, unknown to me. I had to take time out for university and prepare to go back part-time. I tried to go back part-time, and what happened, basically I discovered I had blood poisoning and I had to take approved time out again. I never got back to university, because what happened, the first time I had blood poisoning, and before I got back to university, boom, I had to take approved time out again because I had blood poisoning. Cut a long story short, in the interim, from university from 2010 to 2013, before I got my award, which was a HND, I decided I needed to show employers that I put into practice my degree work that I'd done. Do you know what I'm saying? My university qualification, my university knowledge, experience and skills. So I came back into the UK, back into Manchester and a few other working around the country, identified to individuals. I'm a very prestigious artist, and what's been happening, people are using my photographs as part of their branding. Do you know what I'm saying? As a well-known arts manager, promoter and live improvisational performer. Live improvisational performance was huge. Cut a long story short, between 2010, 2011 and 12, I raised the prestige of Blue UK jazz dance on an international level in the leading festivals in the world. One of them was called Lama Moves, the first ever mixed movement festival, which was put on here in the UK by a New Yorker called Dawn Crandall and her husband Baba Israel. Boom. Gave me an online world-class prestige as a live improvisational performer involved in experimental music, dance and theatre. Have you got that? So that was in 2011. The Mama Moves, the most experimental dance festival they ever did. I was in it. They asked me to be involved in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of what they seen from the festival in 2011. Now, my prestige from 2010 was here. It risen by 2012. It was way up here. And what happened, I didn't have to do anything more in sense of my record to go out and build a new CV and do a new website about Blue UK Jazz. What has he been involved in? All these festivals. They were the peak landmarks for for the work I wanted to do. I wanted to come back out as a live improvisational performer, as well as creating my own special cultural events around live improvisational performance, and live improvisational performance being used as a process for lifelong learning and personal development. What happened was people had my photographs. I initiated projects, yeah, and I was having challenges. I initiated projects for me to get photographs and video from it. People were withholding photographs and video. And one of them was with a DJ called Colin Curtis, boom, his promoter Jan Crow, and a photographer called Martin Johnson. They declined to give my photographs because they wanted to use them for themselves. Boom, boom, boom. It led to a number of key things, me being discredited on the web unduly. And then what happened, the underground